Hello and welcome back to another tier list video. Good God, we're doing them all, alright? We're going through every single tier list known to man and we're making thousands of them because it's something that's never been done before. Obviously, I'm the first one. Anyways, today it's going to be a Naruto tier list. You can see here, it is Naruto and Naruto Shippuden villains tier list. This is one that I found kind of unique while searching around because it's Naruto villains. I think that's pretty cool. So let's jump right into it with this guy. Quick warning here that I don't remember people's names, obviously, so sorry about that, I guess, if I forget their names and I just say this guy or this funny looking fellow with the dude on his back. You know who I'm talking about. I'm sure you're more knowledgeable with Naruto characters' names than I am, but this guy right here, I don't feel like I've seen much of him. He's going to D tier because he didn't do much in my opinion. Trash. Instantly. Alright, next we're gonna hop over to Donzo here. Donzo, I fucking hated Donzo. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I fucking despise Donzo. Obviously, I feel like that's what the character was meant to be. Everybody was supposed to hate Donzo because he was just a dickhead and he's kind of creepy, and I feel like he did the village dirty on so many occasions because he had his own little idea of what justice was or what the village needed, and he was wrong. Because he was a dickhead and he just has a whole bunch of Sharingan in him. It's real creepy looking, but I feel like he was a really, really good villain. So I don't know if this is me ranking on how good of a villain they were or how much I like them as a villain, but we're gonna go by how good of a villain they were. So I'm gonna say Donzo was an A tier villain. He was pretty solid all around for just being an asshole. Alright, next we're gonna hop over to, oh my god, I know his name. I have it right on the tip of my tongue. What's his name? My god. Alright, we're gonna pretend like I know his name, alright? The artisan explosion dude with the funny hands. He got tongue, mouth on his hands. It's disgusting, alright? Now, he was okay. I feel like he was a very average villain. He didn't really do too much to impress me as a whole. He just kind of whipped around Sasuke one time, like beat the hell out of him, which was kind of entertaining, and it shows that he was at least a little bit powerful, I guess. But, you know, not the best. B tier. We'll put him right in the middle. Nice and average villain there. These are like Sound Ninja. I didn't really pay attention to the Sound Ninja. I think they are. These are Sound. I don't know who these are. Maybe Mist or some shit. I don't know. For being Sound Ninja, they're both going in D because I didn't pay attention to them. This dude's a Sound Ninja too, isn't he? It's just logo's a little smaller. These Sound Ninja were just completely whack. They sucked. If we're being honest here, all three of them just blew. They were terrible. This guy as well. I don't even know who the hell that is. So we're sticking all of them in D tier because they were just trash, not memorable at all. Now this one right here. Now Gaara. See, I know his name. Okay, I know his name. Now Gaara. Gaara as a villain was incredibly solid. When you're first watching Naruto, Gaara was a bad guy. You know, eventually he kind of was like, oh, I'm a good guy now. But at first Gaara was a villain, and he was a damn good villain, I must say. Like, he was freaky. He had all that sand stuff. He had a tragic backstory, you know, and he was a bad guy looking to do bad things, you know what I'm saying? S tier for Gaara, for the simple fact that he was like one of the first villains and one of the better ones. Next we're hopping over to this dude. I don't remember him. He was a part of Orochimaru's little band of misfits. He's going D tier. I don't remember him. Her, though, I think she was pretty powerful, so I'm going to put her in C tier. I'm going to put her in C tier because I think she had a little flute that she played and it could summon something. She was pretty strong, so she goes in C tier. Next up is Bone Dude, who can grow bones and bone swords and pointy bones and extra bones. Really creepy shit, but I'm gonna stick him in B tier because he obviously didn't do much. He just kind of fought a little bit and that was it. But he was alright. You could tell he was kind of strong, kind of, you know. I don't know how strong you can be just being like, hey, bone sword, but, you know, kind of strong all around. He was just very average, alright? All around, just very average. Water break. Smacking. Nicotine. Smacking. Alright, another Sound Village guy, you know, like I said multiple times before, trash, just instant D tier. Who are these people? Like, do you even know their names? You probably do. I don't know most of the people's names. This is Datara. See, I remembered his name. I think it's Datara. Hopefully. At least, I'd be making an ass out of myself if it actually wasn't, but I think it's Datara. See, I remember some names. This is that dude who didn't want the bridge built in, what was it, the first arc or some shit? The bridge arc or the whatever the hell it was. Super rich dude who was big bad. Instant D tier. Okay, I don't know if I can put him ahead of that guy. Yeah, instant D tier, because did this dude even have any kind of like ninja abilities? He was just kind of like a rich dude who was able to hire people to stop Naruto and Team 7. Like, was he really like big bad guy? Like, he got killed by like his own mercenary that he hired. So, like, seriously, was he that bad? Or that good? I guess he was kind of a bad guy, but was he really that good? Not really, in my opinion. He was kind of ass. So, that's where he goes, right in D tier, because he was nothing special. He was just a rich guy who wanted to do rich guy, dickheaded things. Now, here we go. We're gonna put these two together. I mean, come on, it's an S tier, obviously. These two were pretty good villains all around. I mean, you know, they were powerful. They did the fighting. That was sick. They fucking were just mollywopping on Team 7, but eventually they both got defeated. And when they both got defeated, it was sad. Like, you felt bad for the villains. And that's a crazy feeling. When you feel bad for the villains, that's how you know it's a good villain. S tier, obviously. And, you know, he got to take out this dickhead, so that was cool to watch. D tier, don't know who that is. No old boy here who doesn't die, I have to say. A tier. He was a good villain. Come on, let's all be honest here. He was a pretty solid villain. He just kind of like, he killed Asuma. I'm pretty sure that was him. Dickheaded move, because Asuma was badass. But still, he kind of had like a unique power. He couldn't die. He did some kind of religious demon shit and sacrifices and all that fun kind of stuff, and that made him unique. But I also thought, like, he could have been more. He could have done more instead of just getting like kind of chopped up and buried alive. I feel like he could have done more for the series as a villain, but you know, they had to quickly wipe out the Akatsuki, I guess. But A tier for him. He's pretty good. Now, let me see if I can remember his name. Kisame? Maybe. Alright. Don't yell at me if I'm wrong. I think it's Kisame. Now, old Shark Boy here, honestly, like, if I'm being completely honest with you, I wasn't the biggest fan of him. I didn't think he was, like, all that. He was okay. I mean, didn't like his character design, obviously, because he's, like, a standout character, and he's just fucking hideous. Didn't really like him. He was pretty loyal to Itachi, though. That was cool, you know, probably one of Itachi's only friends. Like, dude's sword betrayed him. That's sad, okay? And then I think he detached his head from his body at one point. It's weird. C tier for him, alright? Not that special for him. Alrighty, now we're talking here. We have Itachi Uchiha. And no surprise here, instant S tier. I mean, it's Itachi. Don't mind that. Don't mind that. That's full screen thing. Itachi Uchiha was one of the best villains. And he wasn't even really a villain, okay? He was like an anti-hero. He was just led down the path of darkness, doing what he thought was right for the village and his brother. I thought it was kind of fucking dumb and misguided, because, like, you're not gonna front for your clan. You don't think your entire Uchiha clan could take out the village and kind of just rule it? You have that little faith in the clan? I personally think the Uchiha clan could have just wrecked the entire village, and that's my opinion, but I think they could have just destroyed the village. Itachi was a little fucking dumb, just a little bit, but he did what he needed to do. He was portrayed as this big scary villain for Sasuke, like, for the majority of the show, and then eventually it's revealed that Itachi was sort of a good guy, and that just shattered all of our little tiny hearts, and it was sad. S tier for Itachi, he deserves it. Now we got the dude who runs the orphanage now. Didn't really like him that much, if we're being honest. I don't have much to say about him. He was just kind of there. He was Orochimaru's little errand boy, you know, S tier. He wasn't special. This guy right here, do I remember his name? Absolutely not. So we're calling him this guy, obviously. That's what I've been doing this whole video, and I'm just kind of ranting out of my ass right now. But he was okay. I mean, he had a cool power. Kind of gross with the masks and the little strings coming out of his body. That was disgusting all around. I didn't really like that, but he was a pretty strong villain, so I'm gonna put him in B tier, right in the middle. Next we have Conan here. Conan is just a fucking dope character. She's like made out of paper. She's like paper mache. A. I don't know what the hell her ability is, but it's something to do with paper, okay? And she was sick. She was a good character who deserved a little bit more light, a little bit more of everything if we're being honest, because the character was solid. I liked her at least. She goes in A tier. I'm gonna put her in A tier. Next up we have Madara Uchiha. Madara is an instant S tier. For obvious reasons. It's fucking Madara Uchiha. This dude was just one of the strongest ninjas in the land of ninjas. He just did ninja stuff, you know what I mean? He was powerful as all hell, and he was the big bad final villain. One of the big bad final villains. I guess there was a lot of villains during that last arc there of Shippuden, you know, the ninja war or whatever. But Madara was just insane, and I kind of liked him. Kind of thought he was bad guy. You know, I didn't like him because he's bad guy. You're not supposed to really like the bad guys, but you know, I liked him a little bit, and I thought he served his purpose as the bigger bad guy of the series, and I think he did it damn well. Now we have this chick right here, C tier. Okay, I wouldn't put her in trash tier because she's like this almighty big dog of the entire ninja world, right? But she was fucking trash. Like, what did she do in this series that was like really significant? Like, what personality did she even have? She was just, look at me, I'm big bad guy. Okay, and that was it. Alright, we don't even have to talk about her. Now, this was the first villain, wasn't it? This dude right here who was trying to get the secret scroll and blame Naruto for it and just do whatever the fuck he did. I feel like he should get... He didn't do much. Like, he was a suck-ass villain, but I feel like he should get B tier because he was one of the first villains and he kind of led Naruto in a way he wanted to because he made Naruto look like a dumbass. So, you know, B tier for him. Nice and simple grade for him. Next up is Obito. Obito gets an A tier. I think Obito was a pretty solid villain all around because you were led to believe, oh shit, Obito died. And it was like, hold on, wait a minute. No, he didn't. And then he, you know, he went by Toby or whatever the hell it was that whole thing was. I heard that Toby and Obito were kind of like separate. Toby takes over sometimes and then other times it's Obito. Doesn't fucking matter. But Obito really came back and was like, sup, I'm big bad guy now. And, you know, he did what he needed to do. He came in and fucked shit up with Madara. And then he turned good guy because, you know, that's just how Naruto went, or kind of good guy in the end. But yeah, Obito A tier just for the surprise of being still alive and turning out to be a bad guy. Next up we have Snake Boy Orochimaru. Now Orochimaru was Orochimaru, I didn't like him. I thought he was fucking creepy. He's just like a pedo. Like, you have to admit it. Orochimaru is a fucking pedophile wanting to steal the body of little boys, I guess. Really disgusting activities. But Orochimaru did become a good guy eventually, like almost all the fucking villains in Naruto, because that's how it goes, you know, no one's actually a villain. But yeah, Orochimaru was okay as a villain. I feel like he didn't do enough villainous activities. He did a lot, you know, fair enough, he did do a lot, but not enough in my opinion. And now, apparently in Boruto, he's a good guy. B tier. Next we have Puppet Dude, D tier. Why would I care about someone who controls puppets? That's not cool. It's kind of gross, to be honest. Go play with your toys. Zetsu, black and white Zetsu, maybe that's their names, or whatever the fuck. Zetsu, or whatever his name was the real bad guy of this series. Dude kind of just started all the shit from fucking day one. And that's messed up. At least that's what I'm led to believe, because I think he was the one that changed the Uchiha scroll or something, and he all did it for mommy here. As a villain, A tier. Because, you know, he was a big bad guy and he did a lot of big bad guy stuff and he caused a lot of shit. But that about does it for the Naruto and Naruto Shippuden villains tier list. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.